Welcome back. We hope you all enjoyed the holiday season with your families. Now, back to business, serving our students and putting our workplace safety practices back into action. We will review today a message from our CEO, an overview of the Chartwell's K-12 sector safety performance, what you can do to prevent injuries, and what we will provide to ensure your safety. Our CEO, Belinda Oakley, says about safety, whether we are talking about food safety in our schools or the personal safety of our people, there is nothing more important. Prepare and prevent. Don't repair and repent. Countless families, communities, and kids are counting on us. Here is information we wanted to share with you because we feel that it is important you understand what is happening throughout the entire Chartwell's K-12 sector from a safety perspective. Because hazards are everywhere, at work, at home, and on the road, we want to take a look at the top 5 hazards that lead to injuries in our schools since the start of this school year through December. As a team, let's refresh everyone on how to prevent these injuries. Slip, trip, and falls continue to be one of our most frequent injuries, making up 26.4% of all medical claims. All of these injuries, however, are preventable by following these simple guidelines. Watch where you are walking. Wear your slip-resistant shoes, and for those of you in snowy districts, not outside on icy days. Report hazards such as raised electrical outlets, loose floor tiles, and any other slip, trip, and fall hazards your team can identify. Ensure Mighty Mat slip-resistant floor mats are in place by wet areas, like sinks and steamers. The next is what's referred to as struck or injured by injuries, and they make up another 16.2% of all medical claims. These injuries include things like walking into doors, walking into walls, or walking into one another. They can happen when objects like cans, boxes, or pans fall off of shelves or off of storage racks and strike us on their way down, or strike us when we try to catch them as they fall. They also include being struck by dumpster doors, by milk cooler lids, or by someone pushing open a walk-in cooler door from within. These injuries can be prevented by using verbal cues, by letting falling objects fall, using a cart or buddy lift for moving around heavy objects, and be aware of your surroundings. Also, watch where you are going. Keep all areas tidy and remove clutter, and then stop, think, and act before taking on a kitchen task. Strains and overexertions make up the next 15.7% of all the medical claims. An example of one of these would be a back injury that can last a lifetime and is painful and will impact every aspect of your life. Do not take this chance. We don't want to see you hurt, so ask for help. Use the safety storage planogram to put away heavy food items on the correct shelves. Use a cart for the heavier objects. Practice safe lifting techniques using your legs, even when lifting lightweight items, just to develop this habit. Never try to lift more than you can comfortably handle, and do not do repetitive tasks all day, but rather you may need to take a break. And if you feel any pain, stop the task. Burns are another 14.2% of all the medical claims. No matter what the temperature, if it is hot, it could probably burn you. Whether it be steam coming off of a serving line steam table, the warmer, the steamer, hot pans, or simply hot water, wear your PPE. Also, let steam dissipate. Tilt pans back, letting scalding water run off into the steamer. Use verbal cues to let people know, hot pan coming through. Use a cart. Do not carry hot items. And establish hot zones during food preparation, during service, and for dishwashing. Cuts finish off the top 5 with 12.7% of all medical claims. To prevent cuts, always wear your cut glove when using anything sharp, such as a knife, a can opener, a safety cutter or box cutter, and also while cleaning areas you cannot see. You know, when you reach under or behind something to clean it. Also be careful of sharp pan edges. Let it fall when working with sharp objects. Knives, aluminum foil. If you see it going down, let it hit the ground. If you use a knife, wash it. Never put sharp objects in sinks. Never use a knife to separate frozen food or to cut open packages or boxes. always put knives in their designated place. And if you do not know how to use a piece of sharp equipment, such as a mandolin or a slicer, don't use it. Okay, let's play a little game called How Much Time Does Safety Take? As I read through these, really think about them. How long does it take to have an accident? How long? How long for the knife to move just 1 centimeter? How long to trip over a box? To drop a number 10 can on your foot? To bump the hot oven door? How long to slip on a wet floor or a piece of food? Seconds? How long does it take to prevent an accident? How long to pick up a dropped food item? To grab a step stool? To put on a burn sleeve? To say behind when walking in back of someone? How long to put down or move a mighty mat? Seconds. So what else can you do? What about all the other hazards, the ones that we didn't cover? Stop, think, act. It gives you the power to identify and respond to hazards, any hazard. Stop and ask, what hazards are visible? What could possibly go wrong? Think about it. Am I trained and do I have the knowledge to perform this task safely? Do I need any additional tools? Do I need personal protective equipment on? Act. Take action and follow through the proper procedures to perform the action in a safe manner. But you're wearing your slip-resistant shoes, and your floor mats are in place. So what else can you do? Practice Take 5. Take 5 is a team cleanup program that was designed to reduce incidents by inspecting your work area and removing any hazards, at minimum 3 times a day. In doing this, you and your coworkers can avoid injuries while keeping your space safe. This includes cleaning up food, debris, liquid on the floor, and cleaning aisleways, moving empty pallets, taking boxes out to the dumpster, and should be done at minimum 3 times a day. Anyone should be able to walk into your kitchen and say, "Take 5," and everyone should know what to do. So what else can you do? What was that mentioned about verbal warnings or verbal cues? This is calling out, "Coming through!" when you're coming through a door. When rounding a corner, shouting, "Corner!" When coming up behind someone, "Behind!" Use these call-outs every day when moving through the kitchen. Also call out verbal warnings when you're carrying a hot pan, carrying a knife, or carrying something heavy. Okay, we've tried all of this, but are still having injuries. What else can be done? The 5-week Safety Sponsor Checklist was introduced for the 2019 school year and is intended to engage that one associate in each school who has been selected as a safety representative, the school safety sponsor. Each week, through completing the checklist, the safety sponsor will, over time, become fluent in safety's best practices, all the while identifying and correcting hazards along the way. As an enhancement on this required program, try rotating responsibility to others in the kitchen to then develop the entire team's understanding of safety. Action items should be documented in the comments section or in detail in the back of the form. All hazards must then be corrected. It's really quite simple. The Chartwell Safety Program has a lot of key points. Arguably, I would say that every point is a key point. But with so much information, sometimes it doesn't seem so simple. Nevertheless, you get out of the safety program what you put into it, so taking even a small step today in the direction of safety will yield results as early as tomorrow. Continue to do that each day, day after day, and over time, you'll never know the number of injuries you've prevented. But that's the idea, right? In safety, no news is good news. So here's some simple takeaways that, if not already being done, can be implemented as soon as today. Identify hazards in the work area. Report all hazards to your supervisor. Wear your PPE. Let your manager know if PPE needs to be replaced. Watch out for your teammates and work as a team. Take care of your school like you would your home, and your teammates like you would your family. Slow down and think before performing tasks. Stop, think, act. Get involved and speak up. Hey, look for the new Safety Moment materials and lessons learned to be released each month with a safety spotlight. We want this content to feel like a refresh, and we hope you'll find it relevant. Just print these safety materials and review them with your teams, just like you would the chat safety moments, and then post them on your safety bulletin boards. And if you've struggled with or overcome a safety issue in your own school kitchens, let us know about it, and we could share this information with other schools who may experience the same safety struggles you were. Thank you for what you do each day to create a safe work environment for our students, our teams, and all of K-12.